This is problem number 4 from the Chapter 7 closure packet. Write each expression below in radical form and compute the value without using a calculator. So do not just plug this into your calculator. We want you to show some work first. So writing in radical form, this is a radical, or also known as a square root. But this could be a different number all the time. Could be a 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be whatever number that's in your problem. So we're going to rewrite these with kind of looking like this first, and then we're going to compute the value, so get a number answer. Okay, we're doing 2 things for each part of this problem. So here we go. We have all of these numbers that have fractional exponents. That means their exponent is a fraction. The bottom of these exponents are going to be called the root. Okay? And those are the numbers that are going to go right here in our radical. So always the bottom part of our fraction exponent is going to become over here on the left side, and it's going to be our root. So that's going to go there. This regular number is going to go inside the radical sign, and this top number of the fraction, the numerator, is going to go out here, and that tells us how many of these things that we have. Okay, so the bottom of the denominator becomes the root on the left, the top of the fraction, the numerator, goes on the right. It could also go inside here. Okay, it's going to go in one of the other spots. I'm going to have it go on the outside. Either way is acceptable. All right, so we rewrote it in radical form. Now we're going to compute the value without our calculator. So the cube root of 8, which means something times itself 3 times gives me 8. Okay, so think to yourself here, some number times itself 3 times, it gives me 8. That's going to be the number 2. Okay, that's what this part means right here inside the parentheses. Then I have my exponent of 1 right here still. That means I have 1, number 2, which this is really worth 2. Okay, so our computed value of the expression is worth 2, but this is how we wrote it in radical form. So problem B, this again is our root. That's going to go on the left side. 4, my 16 is going to go inside the radical, and I'm going to put the 3 on the outside of it all. Okay? So now I need to compute the value. So the 4th root of 16, so something times itself 4 times, which gives you 16. Okay, well, if I do 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So that's what's inside the parentheses. Is worth 2. Oops, that's supposed to be 3 right there. But I still have this exponent. I still need that to come down here. So this number 2 is just what was inside the parentheses. So 2 to the 3rd power means 2 times itself 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2, that's going to give me 8. So the value of this expression right here is going to be just regular old 8. Okay, it comes out to be really simple. Last part C, again, the bottom of our fraction becomes the root on the left. 125 stays there. And for our sake, we're going to put that number on the top of the fraction on the outside of everything. Again, it could go inside here, but I don't know what 125 to the 4th power is without a calculator, and I'm assuming you don't either. So we're going to put that on the outside and do that at the end. So I'm going to take the 3rd root of 125. So that means blank times blank times blank, 125. So we're trying to do these without our calculator. Okay? So don't just, type this in your calculator, see if you can figure it out. So this is going to be 5 times 5 times 5. So inside the parentheses is really worth the number 5. But I still have my little 4 exponent on the outside. So this means 5 times itself 4 times. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Now we're going to figure out what that value is. Well, these 2 multiplied together give me 25. These 2 multiplied together also give me 25. 25 times 25 is 25 squared, which is maybe something you know, which is going to be worth 625. If you don't know that, it's okay to type these into the calculator. What we don't want you to do is simply type this into the calculator and get this answer down here. We want you to rewrite it in this way first, and then kind of think through it and get the value that the expression is worth. Okay? So from this, we're rewriting it in radical form, which means that square root sign, but this number is whatever the denominator of our fraction exponent is.